Hello, welcome back to my channel. This week we've got a cool piece on. It's based on the movie Dead Silence. I've been so keen to do some more horror pieces. Yeah, this is going to be good. I'm also going to be doing this video a little bit differently to my other ones. This one I'm going to actually run you through some of my techniques, some more real-time footage. So yeah, with that being said, let's just get straight into it. Okay, first things first, I always need my chai. Here is the design. I'm so excited to do this piece. It's going to be so cool. Okay, so here's the stencil. I like to keep my stencils super simple, straightforward, nothing too crazy. So here are my opaque greys set up. If you want to know more about them, how I mix them, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make another video explaining it. So right now I'm just cleaning up my customer's leg. That's just some blue soap there. Then obviously a razor. She had no hair, but it was just better to be safe. Here comes the stencil. Ended up being a little bit smaller than I thought we were going to go, but I think it was still a perfect size. So usually I would outline this part, but I wanted to give it more of a shadowy look, so I'm going straight in with my 17 Curve Mag by Cheyenne. As you can see, I'm just cutting it in right to the edge of the hand. For my heavy blacks, I also use the triple black by Dynamic. I find that heals up really well, stays nice and solid. So yeah. And you'll just see I'm just doing tight little circles just to get it nice and solid, and it doesn't look like I'm dabbing there, but I'm just being gentle on the skin. The last thing I want to do is to start irritating the skin straight off the bat. And obviously the more you dab, the less trauma on the skin, so the better the outcome. Also, I've been trying out a lot of different needle brands over the past few months, and honestly, the Cheyenne 17 Curve Mag is probably one of the best I've found for packing solid black. Also got to add that it's a soft edge 17 Curve Mag. So I'm just going to speed it up a little bit here, just because there is a lot of solid black in this bottom area. You'll see that I ended up getting closer to the knee, and then just sort of realizing that I don't want to just cut off the solid black area, so I'm going to end up doing like a little bit of a swirl at the bottom just to break it up a bit, just so it's not so heavy. I am a big fan of adding a lot of black around the pieces just to make them stand out even more, but I think for this piece, as it stands alone, this bottom part is going to be heavy, but then as we move up, it's going to break up into lighter tones in the background. Alright, so now that I've done all the solid black, I'm going in with my 9 Curved Mag by Emalla, just to help fade out the black into the lighter tones of the hand. Okay, now blending out from the solid black, we're going into more of a medium tone, which is about quarter black in my cap. And then we will start to add all of the little textures in the hand, like the wood grain and all the little chips in the wood. For this area, I'm also running my machine on about 7.5 volts and running the stroke on about 4.2 or 4.0. I find because I do run my machines quite high, especially when using a 9 Curve Mag, you just want to be super gentle with it and try not to pack too much in the one area. So now I'm using my darkest tone, which is about 3/4 black, and using the edge of my mag to create these little wooden textures on the hand. To create these little shadows, especially over like the cheek area and the chin area, I'll usually go through my either dark or medium tone first, block in all the shapes, and then I'll come back in with my lightest tone and just sort of soften it all out a bit and give those little drop shadows if it needs it. For areas like the eyes and the eyebrows, I like to use my 7 round shader to block them all in first. I don't intend to be super clean with the lines in there. I like to make it look a little bit rigid. I don't know, I think it just adds to the creepy dummy sort of look that we're going for. Now this is the fun part. This is where the eyes sort of come to life a lot more. So I'm back using my 9 curved mag, just with sort of a mid to light tone, just to sort of give those eyes a bit of contrast. So this part here, I was blocking the side of his hair, and then we actually had a power outage. So that was fun. And then eventually the lights came back on so that we could continue. Now we finally get to start the clown. I mean, I love this movie growing up, but I actually never found out if the clown actually has a name. So if it does, let me know what it is in the comments. So using my 7-round shader again, I'm just blocking in all these little frilly bits on his chest. So I intend to leave that quite messy and almost grainy, so it gives it that texture of fabric. So you'll see I'm just sort of scratching over certain areas, but then I'm going a bit darker in some to give it that illusion that there's a heavier shadow there. And then just leaving little bits open so that we could add some lighter tones or even white in there at the end, just to give it those little glistens through it. Now that we've started the clown's face, I'm just using a 9 curved mag to block in all my shapes and shadows, and then I'm going to go through with my 7-round shader again, just to add all the little textures, all the little cracks in the puppet or the mask. Then by keeping them quite dark when I do them, and then adding a highlight over the top of them at the end, really makes them stand out. This part for some reason was one of the funnest parts of it, just trying to capture that light source on the tip of the nose. I don't know why, it was just super fun. Now that we've started the hair, this was a little bit tricky, this one. I was going to use a liner or even a round shader to block all the little strands of hair in, but then I decided that I'll use my 9 curved mag and just sort of wisp it like backwards and forwards, just to create that illusion of the hair sort of flowing through it, which you should sort of see in a minute. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just sort of going backwards and forwards just with my mag. I'm running it on about 8 volts, but just sort of gliding over the top of the skin there. I'm not really applying too much pressure at all. now for every artist's favorite part, not so much for the client. I don't think I've met anyone that actually likes this part. But anyway, I'm just using a 9-round shader for my white and just sort of gliding over the skin with it. I'm not pressing too hard. We have also put a bit of numbing gel on my client's leg just because I knew this part was going to be terrible. So now that we're almost finished, I will just let it settle for a bit with some blue soap, and then I'll end up wrapping her up, taking a few photos, and then that's the end of it. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you liked it or you learnt anything, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.